This is the Ebola of our changing world. I'll be right back. Please stay with me. What is BRICS? And why do so many countries want to join BRICS? Now, BRICS is a group of, BRICS was formed a couple of years ago. In 2023, in South Africa, Johannesburg, a group of world leaders uh, is meeting at the BRICS Summit in Johannesburg, South Africa. Is Johannesburg, South Africa. It's a group of countries, really, with emerging economies that want to instate their own world economic and trade systems and has discussed creating a new currency. Dozens of other countries want to join the group. But what is BRICS? The acronym, which was originally BRIC, was coined in 2001 by a Goldman Sachs analyst, Jim O'Neill, who wrote a paper on emerging economies. O'Neill said Brazil, Russia, India, and China, the countries that make up the acronym BRIC, had GDP growth that would exceed that of the G7 countries. Now, the G7 countries, the United States, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the United Kingdom, are a group of the world's advanced economies. O'Neill found that at the end of 2000, Brazil, Russia, India, and China accounted for about 23.3% of world GDP. He expected the BRIC countries' GDP would increase and said the G7 countries should consider adding BRIC representatives to the group. The four original countries formed an informal group, and that was in 2006, as allies that contribute to the world economy rather. In 2011, South Africa joined the group, and so the acronym became BRICS. In 2023, BRICS surpassed the global GDP contribution of the G7 countries. According to the group, which says BRICS accounts for nearly 1/3 of the world economic activity. Leaders from BRICS countries meet annually, and this year's summit in Johannesburg, South Africa, is expected to be the biggest, with 69 leaders invited. The group aims to reshape the political economic landscape to benefit themselves, and they have created the BRICS Business Council. The Contingent Reserve Agreement, which provides short-term liquidity support, and the New Development Bank, which supports development projects in BRIC countries. This year's summit will take place August 22nd to the 24th and will focus on reducing global reliance on the United States dollar, which is the world reserve currency. So here's a question here, and the question is BRICS creating a new currency? Let's see. BRICS countries aim to create new economic and trade system separate from the United States or the US-led Western system. At this year's summit, the group is discussing the de-dollarization, aiming to reduce reliance on the United States dollar and to promote the use of national currencies in international trade. In other words, instead of trying to find US dollars to buy in your country, instead of your government having to find US dollars to buy products overseas, BRICS, the system that they have is that you can use your own currency to do business with member states. Simple and easy. Now, the reason for this, the United States dollar affects other currencies. When the United States economy strengthens, in other words, when the country is doing really good, so does the United States dollar. But what happened in that case is that weakens other currencies. For example, last year, one United States dollar could buy about 110 yen. Now, one US dollar is worth 143 because the United States economy is doing better. So the yen is in a way devalued. So if your country have to buy something from overseas, you will have to come up with more dollars if you have to, like, for example, buy something from the United States. The thing might cost you 110 of your dollars. Uh, but now that the United States dollar is and the economy is doing great, you might have to buy the same item for $143. Your dollar is devalued. So this is what's going on. Emerging countries are saying, listen, we can't grow under this kind of a system. So they're making adjustments. BRICS has discussed ways to expand trade between their countries as a way to rely less on the US dollar. It makes sense here. Russia and China are especially eager to weaken America's standing. I would say adjust the position, trying to equalize things here in the world economy. And at a June meeting of BRICS countries, South Africa's Naledi Pandor said the bloc's new development bank would look for alternatives to the current international trade currencies. But while the group has considered creating its own currency as part of the solution, that is not on the agenda for this summit, the group says. The group first started discussing a new currency after the United States imposed sanctions on Russia in the wake of that country's special military activities up there in Ukraine. And we have to remember that the West has 16,000 sanctions on Russia. 16,000. A common currency among BRICS nations could lead to the establishment of stronger economic ties and new geopolitical alliances, further solidifying their position as a rising power. De-dollarization coalition, the group said. What countries want to join BRICS? More than 40 countries have said they want to join BRICS, and 22 have submitted applications. The growing coalition is a testament to the increasing influence of BRICS in the international arena and its potential to shape the future of global finance. That's what the group said. Iran, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Kazakhstan, Bolivia, Indonesia, Egypt, Ethiopia, Cuba, Algeria, Democratic Republic of Congo, Cameroon, and Gabon are among the countries that have said they are interested in joining BRICS. These countries hope that by joining, they will have more economic benefits under the current Western economic, rather than under the current Western economic and trade model. Personally, I believe that BRICS is is beginning of true democracy. You know, I can't remember a period in history when I have seen anything like this, where countries are respectful of each other, state have dialogues instead of monologue. I mean, the global South is certainly getting some kind of respect by having um, being part of BRICS membership. The G7 feels and is constantly showing the world that they are superior. They don't have dialogue. They have monologue. They come in and they said to any of these BRICS states, you need help? This is our policy. So what do you think? What's your opinion? Do you think BRICS is more a democratic um, political venture than, say, the West? What's on your mind?